Okay, so we're going to do the Batman logo. And if I were you, I would watch this video all the way through and then go find the Batman logo to do it. Because I'm going to make some mistakes on purpose that I don't want you to make while you're drawing, that will speed up the process for you. So first we need to go find a logo. You can't just drag and drop stuff in here, so we're going to go into the web. I've already searched Batman logo. I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to save image as, and it should go into your Google Downloads. So here's the save file as. You can title it whatever you want, but you can see it's being saved in Downloads. I've already saved it, so I can just exit out of here. Find any logo you want, but have one with a yellow background. So don't do something like this one. Now in Gravit, I'm going to say File, Import, and Place Image. And then it'll go right to my Google folder. And in Downloads, you can see it's right here. I'll double click that, and it'll bring it in. Depending on where you are on your screen, it might place it and you still have a white screen, but you can see over here it's placed. If you go to View and say Fit All, that'll change your screen so it fits anything that's actually drawn or placed on your clipboard. Sometimes it's easy to lose stuff on here. So if you ever can't find your image, go up to here, View, and say Fit All. Okay, so for the Batman logo, the first thing we're going to do is make an oval. Some students might say it's a black oval with a yellow oval on top. They would be wrong. It's an oval with a border that is just thick enough to be that black color. So there's the ellipse. See, it's centered already here. So I'm going to make a huge ellipse, and I'm going to have to adjust this as I go. It's also very helpful to lower the opacity while you're doing this. Oh, that's pretty close. Because once I get here, now it's going to be like, well, I don't know. Where's the logo? How do I draw anything? So change the opacity on this shape so you can see the logo through it. And this shape, we're going to make the yellow color. Remember, you can get exactly the right color. You don't have to wonder if you have the right one. You've got the little dropper tool here. If I take this and I select that background color, I've got that exact same color. Now I'm going to move this shape back so that it's lined on top of the logo. And now we're going to get that thick border. Here's your border option. And I'm going to say 60. See what happens. Whoa, that's too big. So I'm going to say 30. And it's just narrowing in on the number until you get the right size. It's quite a bit smaller than that still. Well, 10 is pretty good. Could maybe be a little bit bigger than 10, but I'm going to make it go 13, and then we'll call it good enough. All right, so now to trace the logo on the inside, you're going to use the Bezier curve tool. I'm going to do it wrong first. So here's the pen. So I know I need to click here, and what some students will do is they'll sit here and they'll click around the entire outline, and I'm going to do half of this the wrong way and half of it the right way. And I'm going to let you guys then begin this assignment of doing the Batman logo on your own. Okay, so there's the halfway point. Normally they would continue to go all the way around the outside. And I'll go back up here. I know I'm halfway through. And this is saving you guys time if you do it the right way. All of these little marks that I've made, let me lower the opacity again here. All of these marks, students will then go in, grab their sub-select tool. Remember, that's what you need to adjust these lines. And they'll try and curve these lines, and they'll get them close. But then they're frustrated. I'm going to zoom in because they can't get them perfect. And you always have these little dips on the lines, and you don't get a clean, crisp image. It doesn't matter what you do. Those nodes become a problem. You can box those nodes in, and you can delete them. So if I say Alt backspace, it's the same thing as delete. I'm going to zoom back out. It's much easier to move that line and use the handles to adjust instead of have all of those nodes that you were using and have to fight with them. So I'm going to zoom back out again, and I'm going to draw this side now. Let's go View and Fit All again. I'm going to draw this side. I'm going to zoom in so you can see how this works and show you that there's not a lot of nodes needed. Go back up to the Bezier curve tool. I'm going to start from the ear. Only go to corners to start. You can add more later. but there's a corner there. There's actually a corner right here before the curve starts. There's one there, a corner there, a corner here. Go back down to the middle because I'm only doing the halfway point. And there's a corner for that ear, and now I'm going to go back. And it's going to look like this really goofy image. I'm going to color differently so you can see it different from the other side. And it looks nothing like the Batman logo. But remember with the sub select, watch how fast this happens. Curve this all the way out. You know how smooth that is. And it's almost perfect just like that. But I can go ahead and click on the node and just adjust it a little bit so that I get that to settle right on where it needs to be for the true Batman logo. And curve this one in. And again, use the nodes to pull the line exactly where it needs to go. There's this one. Click on the node to get the handle. That one's done. And then this piece right here. So that's half of that side of the Batman logo, perfectly drawn. Nice, crisp, clean lines. Let me zoom back out. I'm going to color both of these black so that you can see them and see the compare and contrast between these two. Make that one black. And bring the opacity all the way back up. And this one too. All right, look at how bumpy one looks compared to the other one. Grab my regular line so I can pull these off the surface. So there's definitely a right way and a wrong way to use that tool. If I'm walking around and seeing these, I know that you're using too many nodes. One way you can fix it again is to go in there and actually delete those nodes out. Alt, backspace for delete. And then you can manually curve those lines on your own. But you're kind of giving yourself a lot of work to do instead of just doing it the right way in the first place. And remember to do your color picking too. Once you're done with that shape, you can always up the opacity again. And I can move this guy into the center. If I've done it pretty close to correctly, I could duplicate this. You have flip tools up here too. So this is flip vertically, this is flip left to right. So I can flip that one left to right, line them up. Look at that, there's the Batman logo. I only had to draw one half even. You can draw the whole thing, but don't necessarily have to. I can get rid of that gross one, and I'm done. Batman logo. You can play with gradients too. Maybe try and make that yellow background look like it's made out of metal. You guys know how to do that from doing the pedals. You can make it look like it's gold. You can make it look like it's silver. Lots of different things you can do to play with this. But this is your first experience making something perfect using the program Gravit.